So I've got a bunch of stuff on my desk today. I've got some mods that I need to do, but today we're going to be looking at this fan thing here. It's a fume extractor. I found it on AliExpress, and well, honestly, I should probably have been using this for a long time or using something like this for a while. When I use a lot of flux, or I know I'm going to use a lot of flux on certain things, or just do a bunch of fixes in one swoop, I will get out like my air purifier and put it right in front of me, usually off camera stuff. That way I'm not just inhaling fumes of solder and flux. But I figured maybe it's not a bad idea to do more recordings or streams with something like this. So I found this for I think like 20 bucks on AliExpress, and it's got a little light here that I can show you. Bang. I don't know if that's any useful or not. It does have a hum, I can tell you that, but you won't be able to hear the hum when we've got the fan going. Yeah, you can't hear the hum at all. It's got two settings. This is high, off, and low. I guess that's three. The low you can't really hear. And I think when I edit my voice track, it's not going to pop up at all. Maybe when I talk, but when I look at Audacity, it's so quiet that it doesn't even register like sound waves on the graph. So let's pop it up to the high speed. It's a little higher on the bar graph, but there's still no waves on Audacity. So that's pretty good. But it's definitely something that I notice, and that's kind of annoying. So I'm going to turn that off for a second, and I'm going to do some soldering here because I'm going to be doing mods. I'll probably just pop in every couple of minutes to say something about it when I do the soldering. But I'm not really going to make a video about me doing these mods because it's nothing I haven't done already. So I got everything set up, and the only thing is I just don't see this reaching that far. Maybe up in this region, but I don't think anything down here will be sucked in by the fume extractor. But I guess we'll see. I will be using flux for maximum fumage. And here we go on the low setting. Kind of. I don't know if you can see that smoke or not, but it pulls it away from me. Not all of it's going directly into the fan, but it is pulling away from me, so I'm not breathing in straight smoke. So that's good. But if I tap over here, it does go, for the most part, into the fan. Some of it gets a little higher above it before it makes its way over there, but it's doing its job of getting it the heck away from me. So let's turn it up a little bit. Let's just do this. And yeah, it is really sucking that away. That's a lot of solder on my iron. But from here, it is going straight into the fan, which is good. Now, all the way over here, it's still pulling it away, but it's not all necessarily going into the fan. And over here, again, it's pulling it away from my face, away from my lungs, and that is the good thing. Get a little more flux over here so we can have a perfect solder ball. And yeah, I guess it is doing its job. Let's see over in this area with these. Again, doing a pretty dang good job of keeping it out of my lungs. But is it all being cleaned with this filter? Probably not. Does this light really help me that much? No, but I also do have very powerful lights for this set, so that's not very fair. If I turn off this side, it doesn't really fill this one light's job. Now, after all of that soldering, I feel pretty good about it. It is pulling it away from my face, and I think that's the most important thing, because this whole area that I'm working in, this whole room is very large. It's an old garage that has been converted into not a garage. So it's very open, a lot of space. That's fine. As long as I'm not inhaling direct fumes, that like the smoke that plumes, if it's not directly seeping into my lungs, this is doing its job. Because no offense to the people who make this, I don't know if this filter is really cleaning the air that much. Now, is this something that you could probably make on your own? Yeah. This is probably just a PC fan with a microcontroller in there. And this is just a plastic casing that you could probably 3D print, but this is, I guess, a little bit higher quality than 3D printing. And this feels like metal, but it's not cold like metal. But it has also been sitting on my MacBook that is kind of warm because it's recording all this. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a quality product. It's doing its job. There's probably better things out there. But at the end of the day, if you already have something like an air purifier, like what I use, and you have the space for something that's about yay big at your workstation, then that's probably the way to go, because that's going to be a lot more powerful, and just whoosh, all of that air is going to go straight in there. And that is something that I will actually feel like it's being cleaned. I would not trust this to clear up everything, but also, if you're not recording like me and you're able to just plop this down on your workstation, on your mod mat, right in front of the one thing you're working on, then it's probably a pretty good little thing. But if you're just doing one of these because you found my channel and you just wanted to mod your old Game Boy, and you're just doing it the one time, maybe doing this little of soldering, then you probably don't need one of these. Just don't breathe in the smoke. I will leave this link down below. I'm going to keep it, and maybe you'll see it in some streams in the future. I don't know. We'll finish this video out by me doing a time lapse of finishing all these mods. How about that?